If you're somebody who is looking to buy in the near future, there are risks of not being prepared. So this video is going to break down those risks and why getting prepared earlier is better. So as mentioned, I am here with Walton of ACM, and we are just going to break down some common things that can pop up if you're not prepared to purchase your home in the near future. I mean, we've done several videos on how to prepare yourself and what to do for the spring market or when you're buying and all of that, but we don't really talk about what could happen if you don't take our advice.
Yes, you're not prepared. Yeah, we talk about this all the time, like the risks of not being prepared. And some of it can be unforeseen circumstances that you may not, see coming. And so oftentimes we see people that are buying a home or selling a home or both during, big life changes. And so for some of those you may not be able to prepare for, right? But for some you can. And so even if you think there are things on the horizon, like more children going away to college and you're going to be an empty nester, if you think there could be a divorce on the horizon, if you think there's going to be job changes or maybe a relocation, just being prepared ahead of time. And really the biggest reason is that oftentimes we find people reaching out to us once they find the perfect property or once they're in the midst of the life change. And really the biggest issue is there's not enough of a runway to help them get to where they need to be. And often that could be their credit, needs some work, or they need to save more money, they need to pay off debt, maybe they need gift money or a co-signer. And once you find the house, there's not enough time to be able to take care of all those moving pieces. And so being prepared allows you to really work through any issues that you might have. And so when you get pre-approved in advance and you're preparing in advance, it gives us the runway to see, are you in the perfect position you need to be in? Do you have enough saved? Is your credit in a perfect position? Because the credit determines your rate, and your payment has so much weight on the loan terms you're going to get. Can you qualify on your own? Do you need to pay debt off? Do you need a co-signer? We can come up with an action plan to get you where you need to be, but the biggest thing is we just need the time to do it.
And a lot of these life changes that we talked about are so stressful, and those are things that you probably want to put most of your time and energy to. So if we can chip away at some of these items and get you more prepared to make that purchase in the future, we can kind of take a lot of that weight off of your shoulders and make sure that it is as seamless and stress-free as possible. We're not going to say that it's going to be without stress, because there's always something that will probably pop up. But again, we have the knowledge of being able to prepare you accurately to make sure that you're set up for whatever might be coming your way.
And we want the process to be somewhat enjoyable, right? Like Nathan said, it's not always going to be 100% stress-free, but I can tell you that the longer timeline you have to prepare, the less stressful it will be. And nobody wants to feel overwhelmed and uneasy and feel like an impulsive purchase when you're buying a home, right? It's the biggest purchase you'll ever make. And so you want it to feel comfortable, and you want to feel, content with everything that's going on. You don't want to feel stressed. So let us take that off of your plate. And really the biggest thing is reaching out to us far in advance of when you think you really might want to actually buy.
And that's it. I mean, because we have seen it where people that we've been working with are looking to buy a home, and it's the perfect home or their dream home, and they throw it at us and we're not in a situation. And you don't ever want to lose that property and then always have that feeling of what if. So again, allowing us to be that team for you to help you cross the finish line and get you to where you ultimately want to be, whether it's a month or two from now or a year or two from now. I mean, that's where we kind of pride ourselves.
Yeah, and I've had a couple of those lately where people find their dream home and then we pre-approve them at that point once they've already found the property, and their credit's not good enough and they need to work on that. And so they're letting that house go, and that's unfortunate. And then they're kicking themselves that they didn't do something sooner. And so we really don't want you guys to have regrets. We want you to be able to get that dream home. And when it comes on the market, it's hard for us to know when that's going to be, right? So knowing that you're in a sound financial position is going to make you feel so much better, and it's going to make us feel so much better too.
Correct. So if you are in the middle of one of those life changes that Lauren and I just mentioned, make sure that you reach out. We would be happy to guide you through the process, making sure that it is as seamless and stress-free as possible. You can book a one-on-one consult call with the link in my bio. Again, my name is C-Bus Nathan Klein. I put out videos every Friday, so until next Friday, make it a good one.